What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. And well, yeah guys, I'm finally back. I know it's been a little bit of a while. Basically my microphone broke last week and also I was a little bit sick. So yeah, I took a bit of a break, but I'm finally back, and this time with a new car, and it is a 1983 Honda City Turbo 2. So without further ado, let's get started. So the Honda City Turbo 2 debuted in 1983 and was basically like an evolution over its predecessor, which was the regular Honda City Turbo. And from that car, it featured a few upgrades, notably being the introduction of an intercooler as well as the really iconic asymmetrical center grille. And so since the Honda City Turbo was like an upgraded version of, well, like the original Honda City, which was basically like a commuter hatchback, became known as basically like one of the world's first hot hatchbacks. Give an already small and light car more power, and well, you got yourself a fun little nimble hot hatchback. And basically this formula is like what pretty much all hot hatchbacks today follow. So this car was pretty revolutionary when it came out, especially with its very unique styling and its wide body fenders, which also made it known as like the Bulldog, which was one of its nicknames, as these fenders do give it like a pretty mean and wide stance. I also added some deep dish wheels, and it's basically just using these like Lego City tires pressed on to this like smaller wheel and tire, and it basically gives it this deep dish look, which is really fitting to like a wider car. This also, still being like a commuter car, was designed well in tandem with a small scooter known as the Honda Moto Compo. You may have heard of it before. I actually already built one a little while ago, and my goal is to make that scooter fit into this car, as was the goal of the original Honda designers. And of course, the real Honda designers accomplished their goal, as a real Moto Compo fits pretty much perfectly into the back of one of these cars. But yeah, I didn't really succeed, if I'm going to be completely honest. The original Moto Compo that I wanted to fit back here was the one that I made and that I featured back in my bike builds video, if you want to check it out. And yeah, it's basically like a little bit more of a detailed Moto Compo, which of course made it slightly bigger and pretty much in the end unable to fit in the back. Basically what I did was I created a slightly smaller Moto Compo, which is still recognizable, not really as detailed, but that one does fit in the back here. And also, as a bonus, the new one is like more minifigure scaled, which I guess is a plus. This car isn't actually minifigure scaled. It's kind of like way too big, but that Moto Compo is, so if you just want to build the Moto Compo, it scales really well with a minifigure. Now, as you guys may have noticed, this car does feature like a two-tone red and white paint scheme, and I think it just looks great, as it basically like exaggerates the body lines of like the flared fenders in the rear. Moving on the inside, the interior is accessed by simply removing the roof. And well, now you can see these simple but elegant seats that I've included. Of course, this interior is very early 80s, so yeah, it's quite simple, but that does translate pretty well into Lego form. I've got these two-tone seats, as well as a very simple dash and a gear shifter. Also, with the roof off, you can see how much cargo space this car actually has. And yeah, that basically makes it so that you can fit that little miniature Moto Compo in. Or if you're not going to put the Moto Compo in, you can basically put in like any type of gear that your minifigures would have, as this car does fit two minifigures pretty comfortably. Now, talking about techniques, well, this car is fairly simple, as it was like one of the first models I designed digitally. It's basically sitting on my shelf for a while because I didn't really think it like deserved a video, because it was kind of simple. And I do have a few other models like this. Let me know if you want me to make like full videos on them, or maybe just like a short video, or maybe just put them on my website, or like put the instructions out if you want to build them. Some notable techniques here is, well, one in the back, where this trunk mechanism is, and it basically has these two skeleton arms, and it pretty much allows the trunk to open pretty smoothly, although it is a little bit fragile, so you might want to keep that in mind if you're going to build this. This car is also built like on a combination of widths. The frame of the car is 6 studs wide, but then when these panels are put on, it basically bumps it up to just about 7 studs wide, and then the flares and the bumpers are all 8 studs wide. So that did take some work to figure out, but it's just basically built with like a lot of jumpers and snot pieces. The slanted hood is also quite simple, as it just rests on a hinge brick, and basically the front here is pretty much built using just a ton of brackets. And so that pretty much wraps it up. It seems like I've been building like a lot of old Japanese cars lately. Let me know if you want to see more, or maybe some cars of like a different genre or nationality. I don't really know what you call it, but yeah, if you'd like to see some other cars, or of course some other trucks, as I still am making trucks, and I've got one coming probably like next week or the week after. But anyways, with this all said, it's time to move on to the tutorial. So let's get to it.